civil aviation sector in the country. Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia has directed airlines to keep airfares in check. He has discussed the issue of airline performance and the airfares which are exorbitant on certain routes, and asked what sort of management do these airlines actually have to keep a check on the airfares. Scindia is very clear that there has to be some sort of check and balance when it comes to airfare.
Well, absolutely, and he is the civil aviation minister. He has to speak on the behalf of people. People like you and me who are trying to fly out all the time find it extremely difficult to pay some of these exorbitant airfares. But you also have to keep in mind the ATF prices and how much cash flow is an issue for airlines in this country. Bear in mind, the Indian airlines are emerging out of that pandemic battering that they got. But the good news is that the number of flyers are back to pre-pandemic levels, so that is very good for them. And I'm also thinking like this is a good season to talk about airfares because usually the year end and holiday season is when the airfares tend to shoot up so much more. So corrective action when needed, when possible, needs to be taken to make sure airfares don't go through the roof. That's the message coming in from India's Civil Aviation Minister, Shweta. And that's a fair point to go through. We're trying to control inflation and everything, from onion and potato prices to flight ticket prices, to ensure that India's civil aviation sector remains reachable. Remains accessible to a larger part of the Indian populace and not just a few minority with enough cash in their hands.
All right, absolutely. So whether it will remain accessible or not, well, a civil aviation minister and the minister are very clear that they want airfares to be within the reach of the common man.